bit, and it did that last time. Gross. So first and foremost, I want to introduce Julie Kinney. Business development manager. She's in charge of this office completely. It's her office. I'm your broker, as you know, but she's really the boss of the office. So she tells me what to do, and I'll do whatever you guys want. She's your go-to person here at this office. We're going to do question and answers afterwards, and anybody who's online, just hold your questions till the end. Sometimes people can't wait to get that. We're not going to shut you up. You can ask a question. It's important to know right then and there. That's fine. We'll talk. But hopefully your questions will be answered through the program. The scorecard is interesting. So we have had a lot of activity. We've closed 3 transactions that you'll be getting paid for on today. So the Steele group gets paid a little bit higher based on the group and how we've set it up. The Steele group is the medium transaction count company. So you guys participate a little bit higher, and you're there based on your transaction count, which just brought out a minute ago. And we will reevaluate that every year. So every year we go in, we resolve the company, do everybody's transactions, and then we re-invite you back into that for 2022. So that'll happen at the end of January. The first 2 weeks of the year will be very busy. Okay. And that way you're in the right company, so you can equitably, I don't know how to say that, participating in your company. So it's fair for everybody involved. Okay, cool. So we have closed 3 transactions. And where has everybody kind of given some referrals? So we've seen the Cave group give the most referrals as far as pre-qualifications, and actually Colleen from the Cave is one of the top producers of actual deals. She's got 1 in there. But we're on a low transaction. We have only a few deals. So I want to say that because I want you to think about in the bigger picture, we're paying out money right now on 3 transactions. If we change that to 30, that's an exponential figure, and that's realistic. So there's no reason we shouldn't be doing more business. I know that everybody's kind of looking at this. We're growing together. We're just starting this off. This program will go forward. It will go to a lot of locations. So we're polishing it here, so you guys can really benefit from it. And then the most important thing is that, yes, the extra money, passive money is very, very nice. But the goal is that you do more real estate business, because that's where your bread is buttered more than anyone else. So keep that in mind. Okay. We're going to go into business development. So going forward, we want to set up plans for you guys to be most successful while you own your own mortgage company. We will have title. We'll get to that later on things that are coming. The title will be here Q1 2023. We're set to go. So you'll have a title company that's not just escrow, but title and escrow. So prelims, all that stuff, you're going to have a person here you can go to get all that information. We'll also participate in that income as an owner. It's important to understand that we're partners. We've set this up for you and participate in the income, but you are the production side. We also participate in the income. So we're very much in this in a win-win situation. We funded the front end, and we really rely on the agents as the production part of this business. So we are here to support them 1,000% in the way of production. And in that, we have training. So we're going to start some more specific training for the ownership program, and as well as ongoing training. So I'm going to hand it over to Michael to talk about that, which is kind of our growth strategies and training program for the owners specifically. All right.
So my name is Michael Hughes. I'm sort of the training coordinator. And hi, Bob. How are you? We got Bob Domato on the Zoom meeting. So I just want to go over a couple of cool, exciting things we've got coming up with training, and then also put it out there that we're looking for additional ideas for training as well. So let's see if you guys can come up with some ideas. The first thing I wanted to get into, Agent Tower, which a lot of you guys are familiar with, is going to be re-released next month. A lot of cool, exciting things going on here. So there's going to be a new one for every single office. A lot of cool stuff here. So you've got agent marketing. Click that, and it takes you to a portal with thousands of agent marketing items that you can purchase, like jackets, sweatshirts, hats. Directly to the MLS, we're going to be adding a lot more stuff in here. And then my favorite part is going to be Kirsch University. So if you get into Kirsch University, you're going to see we've got basic class, fundamentals to success, anatomy of the top producer. Those are going to be sort of the high level skills that top producing agents in the country use. EOS for agents is a very exciting program that here at the sort of corporate level we use, and we're going to be rolling out to all the agents as well. And so really what EOS is, entrepreneurial operating system. It really helps people achieve more in 90 days than a lot of people can do in an entire year. So it's kind of the entire intention behind it. And then continued enrichment, that's going to get down to the more in-depth niche skills that agents possess that we want to communicate to everybody else. So again, that's going to come out at some point in November, shooting for early November. The next thing, I know a lot of you guys have heard of the program that's called Success Assurance. Success Assurance is a program that's available to all agent owners. It basically works as sort of transaction insurance. So if done correctly, the Kirsch Realty Success Assurance program acts like transaction insurance. It mitigates seller risk, ensures buyer's agent on the other side has done their due diligence and vetted the buyer. This program is not intended to steer buyer to move home mortgage, but rather to ensure the buyer has met the minimum requirements to purchase the property. Not every buyer's agent is a good buyer's agent. For seller assurance protects your seller. Some of those protections include, requirement that every person. So if you're a listing agent, you're working with a seller. This program requires every buyer that submits an offer on that property to be pre-approved by Move Home, among other things. So again, it's just creating a really stable transaction for your seller. Hopefully, get to the end of it. All right, and then so we're also considering coming out with some owner exclusive training. So at the moment, we cover all of our core services every Tuesday. That's going to be things like Dotloop, Boomtown, Workplace. Thursday is sort of the little bit more out of the box trainings like we did intelligent pricing, business planning. And then we're also bringing special guests in to do some of these presentations. So for business planning, we had a CPA come in. We had somebody from Title and Escrow. Aaron Schiller came in and taught that class. So any ideas that you guys have for either trainings, guest speakers, or field trips? If there's a new home development that you want to share, we can all take a field trip out there. Another thing that I'd like to roll out is we'll start doing agent tours. So we'll have all of our agents with a listing show up here. Anyone else that wants to join can. We'll throw together a tour and then we'll go out and look at all the houses that our agents have listed. So 10 to 15 houses all back to back. So start thinking about that. If you guys have any other ideas, I'd love to hear about it. That's pretty much all I got.
I know questions are flying the whole. We want to answer all your questions for sure. I will say the word required and must when it comes to Move Home, those verbiages are not, it's not required. It's, we want to give you an extra tool to qualify your clients or get that business out there. And remember, you own this. So this is your mortgage company. You own this. So we're going to talk to you about marketing here next, which is really the most important part of that. We're not setting out marketing or have been to promote Move Home Mortgage, but we need to promote you as the owner of this. So we're going to talk about that in a minute. So Michael and Jesse are. So actually, why don't you guys take it away?
You guys doing? We're pumped for this. So I know a lot of realtors right now are trying to get into the social media world, right? Because that's where they see that the trend is going. Because back in the day, it was like cold calling, networking, mailers, very expensive. I mean, just to create the postcard, and then you have to mail it out and you have to send out a lot, right? So the beauty about social media marketing is it's really increasing your value online because you're leaving digital footprints. Because if you have a new client that's trying to figure you out, see if they can trust you, have nothing online, then that's not good, right? This person probably is not professional, right? But if you have a lot, then you're good. The problem is it costs money to do that, right? And it would cost a lot of time, or you have to hire someone to do that. So the good part is, okay, before I go that direction, I'd like to share with you what we got for statistics we got from the source. This is 2021, where all the agents are trying to focus their attention to and also their efforts is to go improve their social media presence because they see that as a powerful tool. Because a postcard can be trashed in the trash can, but a post is stuck online forever, unless you delete it, right? So the more posts you have, it's like having a lot of armies out there that's kind of selling for you, right? So, and that's why they, as far as their focus, they figure that out. And that's where Kyle is focusing on. It's like, we need to help our agents because at Kirsch, agents wins first. That's the way his goal is. Because if he can make you guys money more, and then he'll make money too, right? So, and branding, of course, we're taking care of that. That's no problem. Web optimization is a different animal because that costs also a team to do and costs money to get your website up in the first place of Google, right? And that's because of the competition nowadays, it's hard. So that's why people are going to social media because it's instant, right? So how much so as far as the next, Thank you. So what's working for agents? According to the close statistics, it's referrals the best, which probably you guys are using the referrals, right? But it's social media posting. So that's according to their statistics on the most profitable and successful agents in the industry. That's what they're using. Okay, online advertising is great. We do that too. Buying leads, not so much, because as you can tell, buying leads is very expensive. And sometimes the lead source are selling it not only to you, but to someone else, right? You're the third person to call them, right? And whoever pays the most gets the fresher leads, and that's not cool, right? So it's better if they're the one stocking you in social media. They're the one, it's like attraction marketing, right? So now, cold calling, I'm pretty sure you guys don't like doing that. Who wakes up in the morning to do that, right? So why we use Facebook is because they're the largest social media in the world right now, and they're actually the third largest country combined their population. Okay, and they're very powerful. The reason why is because your average audience, top audience is between 25 to 34, which are the people that are buying houses right now, right? So how much does it cost to have a social media management service? And the average is about $2,000 a month. So the beauty of that is, as an owner, not only you're getting all this, ability to make money by, by promoting your own, your real estate business and also your mortgage business, but also you have a team that's taking care of your social media management. So in reality, you're having that value without having to pay it, right? And we have in our team, Jess, who takes care of that. And she's she's an expert in content marketing using social media, and I'm gonna have her go through her skills.
Thank you. You guys face to face before, and you guys have an awesome social media. You guys post awesome stuff to your social media already. I just want to say that. So here's some of the stuff that we posted last month. So we'd like to try to keep it seasonal and timely and relevant. So just a couple examples of that. Here are a couple of examples of testimonials that your fellow agent owners have sent to me and that I've been able to post for them. So you can see that they're really powerful if you can get testimonials, if you can post about them. If you think about new clients, potential clients looking into you, trying to check out what you're up to, like what your social media presence is, and they can see very clearly this evidence of success that can be really impactful, especially if you can get a photo of your clients in front of their new home. That can really help out the post a lot too. And here's an example of why posting about the weekly cornhole tournaments is helpful for your brand. It's nice for your audience to be able to connect you with a cause that they care about. And see that you're not, your social media isn't just trying to like, sell them stuff. It's, you care about things going on in your community and you're giving back to your community as well. Here are some of the best times that we have found are good to post. So you'll probably find that we like rotate around these times. When we post on your content cal, so 8 a.m., 10 a.m., 12 p.m., 6 p.m. We can hit all different segments of your audience depending on when they prefer to log into social media. Here are some posts that we're working on rolling out this month. We want to make sure that you feel and look like you are the owner of your lending company because you are. So we want to make sure that your messaging reflects that. And then again, just another example of keeping the post timely and relevant and know what's going on during that time of the year. And then here's another thing that we're working on, going along with that piece about feeling and looking like the owner of your lending company. We've gotten some feedback on the current financing landing pages on Boomtown, and so we're working on something to help you feel and look like the owner of your lending company. And so that's something that we're hoping to roll out in the near future. And then some areas for growth that just kind of across the board, so that you can make sure you're getting the full benefit of your social media management services available to you is to send us your successes, your closings, your listings, your testimonials. Bob is really good about that. I hear from Bob like all the time, so good job. I try to send out reminders once a week, but if it's easier for you to just remember, you can also just send it to the Reno support email. And then kind of going along with that, make sure to ask your clients for those testimonials and get pictures of them if you can, so we can make super awesome posts with pictures of your actual clients. And then also just being really diligent about checking your social media messages for inquiries. We know you're super busy, and we try to monitor your comments and messages as best as possible. However, as you know, leads can move on fairly quickly if their message goes unresponded for even just a couple hours. So just trying to be good about that as well.
So that's just truly a huge benefit to have them on your team to help you get the word out. We had some discussions in the past about why are we promoting Brent? We should be promoting our own business. So that was the change we made. So I say that just to let you know we're willing to make any changes. This is your company, you're our partner, you're the production part of our partner, the most important part of this. Obviously, we had to set it up, but without production, it's not a win-win relationship. So we have to have closings. So we want to support anything we can to do that. Brent could not be here today, but he prepared a video for us. So let's watch it.
Hey everyone, I'm really sorry I couldn't be there with you today. Since we've got started, I've had the chance to work with some of you, and as we grow, I'm really looking forward to working with everyone. We've got big goals for 2022. I know you're getting your first checks today. Keep in mind that those checks came from just 3 loans that we closed in September. We're growing a little bit more every month, and with the goals that Kyle and I have talked about for 2022, those checks are just going to continue to get bigger and bigger. I hope you guys are as excited as I am for next year. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon.
So you gotta love Brent, he's totally on point, man. That's an answer response. Have you guys been working with him at all? Been trying to get a hold? So make sure you reach out to Brent to get pre-quals or anything you need. On the horizon, we have title coming in Q1 2022. So that's happening, title and escrow. So you will participate in that business financially. Again, you're a Schedule C owner, no capital contribution, no liability, but you get benefit from the production side. So that's a real benefit. You can get prelims at any time, all the things you need from title quickly. So you'll have your own title rep here. We understand you can't give us all your business. So we're looking at 60% of your business transactions as potential. I know we're talking about that. So what does that look like? How does that make sense? This is all being played out for the first time, including these meetings, which we realize now we should have everybody rather than individual companies. So we can have everybody in the same room, but we want to do individual companies like we did at launch. So we're learning how to the cadence of the meetings and how it's all going to make sense going forward. But as far as the title companies coming, the landing pages, which Jesse talked about, which will have you and your lending company, title company. So that'll be part of your Boomtown landing page. So you can send people there, you can get that link out so people know you are part of and lead generation, all of those very important things as producers. Everybody has different goals in that area, so it's always an interesting thing. And now we're going to give out money. So you're getting a check today based on 3 transactions that are closed, and you guys are married, so we'll give to Holly gets the money. I know in my house it goes to Chrissy, not Chris. If it comes to me, then I sign it right over to Chris. And so what I really want to know is what your experiences have been with customer service. And I know we've done very few closings so far, so we're just getting started. This is our first check coming out. We're looking forward to writing a lot more checks. We have only done 3 transactions in September. There's no reason that couldn't be exponentially higher. So we just have to get everybody on board and focused in the right direction. So this is a time where we have questions and answers. If you have concerns, you want to chat. If we need to take it offline one-on-one, we can do that. I know that you guys want to talk, so we can do that. Any questions you have? Leslie, do you have questions?
Just logistically, is title can be in this building as well?
That is a very good question. No, it would not be. It can't be. That is a problem, I understand. So I think it has to be in another location. Yeah. So it will be close by. It's not going to, I don't know exactly what that looks like. And Kyle's still working through that. And I found out that when I'm working with Kyle, things move at a super breakneck speed. And so it might end up that they can be in this building. At this point, the last word I had, this title had to be in a different location. But the title rep will be available to you at any time. So Brent is here, as you know, we worked that out. That was an interesting one we started. Brent had to have, we ripped a wall out so we could put an external door in our office downstairs so that it could be compliant with the real estate division and the lending board. And we didn't need to do any of that. But they had told us, so we're just trying to march down the road of compliance because this is obviously a compliant area. But we must be compliant. Questions about compliance or anything like that? And most people say, how can you do this, right? So how we do this is we pay through the production company. So you guys are part of the Steele company. So that's, are they the Steele? Yeah, thank you, sorry. And we basically have set up those companies based on your transaction count. So that's why you're in each company. That's how we separate those. We can't pay you for specific production individually, but we can put you in a group that has similar, and then we pay you as a group. And that's how it's trust but compliant. There's a host of other things that we won't go into, but that's how we can offer this. And this is not new to real estate. Keller Williams has been doing it forever. They own their own bank of companies that their agents produce for the company, and they get to keep the money as the company. We want to be agent owned. So I mean that across the board, across the country, we're going to be agent owned in all of our production companies. So our agents will own those companies. They will participate in the income. They will be the production part of it, and they'll get checks every month based on that, and we'll remain private. Yes.
So how are the taxes working on this?
So you'll be taxed 1099, just like your real estate income.
So 35%.
Good question. Yeah, they'll just come out your 1099. It'll be specific to your ownership.
So it'll be a separate 1099 then?
Yes. Yes. So ownership will come from, you've signed an LLC for the Steele Group, which we would dissolve at the end of the year. So, and then we will start up a new, I'll get to that in a second. But yes, 1099 for your ownership entity all by itself. That's a specific entity. You signed an LLC. You're on the LLC for the calendar year, which will, at the end of the year, we dissolve those. We go through everybody's income, production, referrals, transaction count. We go through all that, and then we re-invite you back to the company again of wherever you fit.
So what if you fit there one year, but next year, or I guess what I'm saying is you did enough to get into the Steele Group, but then you don't close another transaction for the rest of the year.
So as a courtesy agent, you're always invited in if you've had at least one transaction, okay? And probably the question is every year, and that's something I'm gonna have to check on because I'm just crossing my mind right now that I haven't really checked that. But to be eligible, you have to close one transaction. I'm pretty sure it's every year, at least one.
Mhm.
And then you'd be in that K group between 1 to 5. And every year that changes depending on the group of people, because it's kind of an amalgamation of numbers that makes sense for the production companies, so that we can put you in the right group where you guys have similar transaction counts, similar influence and productivity.
So you get into the group based on how many deals you close.
Mhm.
But you get paid based on what that group sends to the mortgage.
Not exactly. So you get paid, all the companies get paid the same amount
Oh,
specifically. 12, it's like,
so you just split it amongst more.
yeah, and you
people.
have, that's exactly right. So in case you have a lot more of younger agents or inexperienced or new to brokerage, lots of different things. But if we do bring on a new agent, let's say in March, they come in the company, they would have to close one transaction before they're eligible to be invited into the ownership. They choose to accept the invitation. We would then look at their transaction count for the last 12 months, or actually up until the end of the year. So it's February, say they came in March until the end of the year. How many deals did you do during that period of time? And we'll place you in the appropriate company.
Following.
Right then and there, if you've closed one deal. So these are people coming on during the middle of the year. So.
Right, but they'll automatically start out in K, right?
No, yeah, so if we bring in an agent who's done 37 transactions, they're gonna go into the top.
Well, sure, but if it's a brand new agent,
Who's brand
as soon as
new,
they close their first deal, they go
Yeah.
straight into K for the rest of the year.
yes, but even the seasoned agent has to close one transaction.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, exactly. So they would go into the appropriate group so they can produce to that company appropriately. Again, it's the same percentage, it's kind of the way it's laid out. Make sense?
Yep.
Okay, Bob, do you have any questions? Can you hear Bob?
No, can you hear me?
I got you, Bob.
No, no, not at all. It's all making sense. I appreciate it.
Okay, thanks for chiming in. So we want to hear about your successes. This is your company. So if you guys have issues with, we expect our loan officer to earn your business as much as any other loan officer. So if you're having a problem, please bring it to our attention. Okay, so that we can help. Brent is on point and he's there to do the best job. So if there's any problems, let us know so we can help Brent be the best he can be. We don't point fingers at people, we help elevate people. And we bring problems, we bring awareness to problems, not we don't push them under the rug. Let's talk about it and work through it. So that's kind of the paradigm around here. Michael talked about EOS also. EOS is a system we've been using here as a corporation, which we want to roll out to you as agents that you can use for productivity. We're going to get into that later. I don't want to kind of break it down now, but it's basically a pretty interesting way to look at milestones and 90-day goals to be highly effective in getting those done. They're really working for us as a team, and we think that the agent population could really do well with that. So not just for ownership, it's for everybody. So we'll be rolling that out for you guys as well. Cool.
Yeah.
Questions? So next time we'll do this, we're gonna have all the owners in one room, so we don't have to do this 4 times. And we can get all those questions and that energy in one room to talk about it. But we wanted to separate you guys, because that's kind of how we did it when we launched it. But we're learning how to do this still. So it's going well. The accounting is working fine. We have some money to give out. And again, go from 3 deals to 30 deals, which is a very reasonable number to do 30 transactions for an LO. That number changes a lot. But most importantly, the influence you have over your clients changes. So that creates more business, more referral business. And that's the ultimate goal. This is that our agents do more business in real estate, which is how you actually butter your bread. Thanks for coming. We appreciate you.
Woo, thank you.